Hello my friends, this is for Planes and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program. I have done a lot since episode 1. Testing, flying. Probably a week has passed. Yeah. My joystick has developed a weird kind of behavior with the yaw control. Yeah, that was the right one to plug out and plug in again. Don't want to plug out my mouse, so I'll have problems. Maybe plugging in the joystick will work again. Anyhow, I want to show you what I've done. Come on. Currently we're sitting at 3.15-ish, 3.2 gigabytes of RAM. Like a much more handleable cloud speed. They were moving way too fast. Alright, this is the... Let's hide the engineer. This is the launch stage. We're going to be flying a test mission with it. Means to orbit and back. And this will happen after I turn off the music, so... yeah. I have reasons. Currently you're hearing the background music, but yeah, I have reasons. So yeah. See you guys in a bit. So... we're now having our, test flight. I'm still using the Environment and Visual Enhancements plugin, which I deinstall later because it causes me major RAM issues. We're making a test launch to orbit to test the orbital velocities, delta V requirements, all that kind of goodness stuff, and the launch stage. And I'm currently checking what makes the most drag, which is the yellow tinting on the far visual stuff on the flight. At some point I'm going to yaw over. And yeah, a lot of stuff and a lot of things in this flight go rather well, even though I have major problems with my joystick. Something on the I have it plugged in and the yaw axis doesn't center correctly, so if I'm leaving it unchecked, it permanently gives a yaw input and slowly yaws away from where I'm pointing it, which is an issue. You'll be seeing this when I start and check why I'm getting yaw in the TAC fuel balancer shortly. And yeah, I'll have this accelerated. It's probably 4 times speed or something. Anyhow, we're getting a good flight into orbit despite me spinning almost out of control and going 90 degrees to my velocity marker. I'm having to correct inclination twice. But yeah, it all works out in the end because Interstellar simply has such a large delta V margin, which is why I like it. It shifts the challenge of making something from having enough delta V to getting the thrust-mass ratio you want. And that's lovely. Especially for interplan, the real scale mod. Lovely yellow tint there for all the drag. Looks lovely. Anyhow, next thing we'll do is we'll finish attaining orbit and then loop around, set up our re-entry maneuver, and then we have a lovely crash. Because we hit the RAM limit, and I have to deinstall the Environmental Visual Enhancements plugin, which sucked. But I guess that happens when you mod. Anyhow, until then, like, everything worked out correctly, but for the re-entry, I'll be putting you to normal speed, but still post commentary, mainly because I lost the microphone footage. Oops. Alright, so we're now at the post commentary for the re-entry. The beginning of the re-entry was largely uneventful, so yeah, just me trying to get the heading right. In the meantime, I plugged out the joystick because I noticed the problem. We shouldn't be having any yaw issues anymore. And I put it on 4 times time acceleration to get into the deeper part of the atmosphere faster. Yeah. And we're starting to see re-entry heating and effects, and I forget to undo like the heat, to undo the deployment of the heat shields and the nose cones, so I ditch them and they get pushed on the aircraft. I deploy the inflatable heat shields, as you see right here. And then something odd happens. As it seems these are a bit big, also they glitch a bit, and I checked if something was broken there. They shield some of the wing surfaces at the rear, so the stabilizers at the rear don't work anymore. They keep the gear cool, but they shield a large part of the wing. So I'm going to have to look into this, and that causes me to have like a weird, interesting effect. Yeah. We're yawing out of control wildly. I did some test flights with this and spun it up during re-entry, and it also turns out that the heat shields I have at the rear, the 3.75 meter ones, don't have enough heat resistance. So I may need to drop them out and put a large nose cone, put a nose cone there, or something, because the inflatable heat shields don't cut it. Or I need to give the inflatable heat shields ablative heat shielding, like by editing the config files, in effect, to stop them from overheating. But right now I'm doing my best to keep this thing headed the way I want to, but it simply refuses to. Right now we're not yet having overheating. I'd have preferred, and we're starting to slow down like rather quickly, if I can see that correctly. Tiny editor window, I have to say. And I'm checking temperatures, electric charge, fuel and everything. And basically now's the plan, like, I think the plan is start pumping fuel forwards, maybe that helps. Oh yeah, I undeploy the shields there to see if that like stabilizes me. And lo and behold, I come to a stable heading. So I think I go and redeploy the shields again. Yeah, because I don't want anything to overheat. It'd be very bad. Anyhow, right now is about the time where I notice stuff is going wrong. Oh yeah, I switched to chase cam, and I see that stuff is overheating, so I start and spin the rocket up in the hopes that that will actually... Oh, I slow it down again. Yeah, in the hopes that that will like keep my heading. Switch camera again. Now I start spinning it up. In the hopes that that would like keep it pointed with the gyroscopic effect, and it does do quite a decent job, but it doesn't, like, the overheat from the heat shields doesn't like dissipate as I wish it would. There you see them burning up, and the first one goes. Second one goes, the other two hold on a bit longer. Yeah, check stuff. For was a fairly eventful re-entry from this point on, because few times, but yeah, losing stuff from the front. But for some miracle, I think I get this thing down safe. I think. There's going a fuel tank, I think, in a bit. But yeah. There's me spinning it up again. And stuff breaks up. Ah yeah. I almost didn't get this down safely. This is basically just the generators and the reactor left at this point. And is it that point where we have a crash? I don't know. Yeah, this is like the point where we have the crash. And so I decide to uninstall things and deadly re-entry and move on to testing different stuff. So yeah, which you guys already see on screen. So yeah, that was a fun re-entry. And last but not least, because at this point I'm largely satisfied with the install that I have for this playthrough, I decide that we line up all the craft, which the first thing I do is I start with the interstellar stage because I need to fly that in, and if I have anything with people in there and I turn on its engines in the near vicinity, then we're going to have splatter curves because of radiation poisoning. I preferably try to avoid that. So yeah, that one's first, dropping in by parachute. And then we have the other ones driven over there. Or like, yeah, somewhat driven over there. So yeah, have fun watching, and we'll switch now to like old me, not post commentary. Hello, hello, and welcome back, my friends. This is for planes. We have the second mod on arrival. The Carrari KTO 250, which is doing some donuts right now. Lovely. So so that's the next mod, Torpedo 2 hose modular multi-wheels, on its way here. Which sometimes has funny driving physics. And we bounced again, although this time we bounced right side up, so that's probably good, I guess. Torpedo 2 hose multi-wheels, first and foremost, gives me like awesome wheel physics. As you see, crafts can slide, and they can do this in the most funny of manners. Like, you can see I'm doing donuts here, and then I hold the opposite direction. It's almost like you can go rallying. Although I'm currently driving a, what's it called? A two-wheel drive, a four-wheel drive car, so I'm having less of issues. Whee! You can do like fun stuff with it that you can't do with any other mod. Okay. So this thing doesn't like deployed stuff when you load it in. Good. So let's pack up, I guess. This is something I've built with the procedural parts mod and some in the main structure of a stock craft, so like the body left intact, but I took some things off. It's basically a FAR stock craft, the FAR Firehound, but I've added some stuff to it, and we need to decelerate. The frame rate really takes a noticeable dive around stuff. think we have around 200 some parts here. I don't know. Let's see what frame rate I'm getting from like not recording frame rate is at around 20. I don't know what's causing it. Yeah, let's turn the sucker around. Meanwhile, we roast our spacecraft over there, which still has deployed paneling, and I don't know why. We can park another truck from TTE in there, I guess. In this spot here, we'll be parking like another vehicle. The hell are you doing? The hell are you doing? Turn on the brakes, turn off the gears. Okay. Next. Alrighty then, we're back and I had to unplug my joystick because something is not working correctly. And this is what these here are, the Kerbal Foundry's wheels, and they are cool. You can tweak a lot with them. On them, with them, whatever you want to call it. You can tweak a lot. That's the fun part, so I set them up in a way so this vehicle would like behave like this. I think the front ones, no, it doesn't like bounce through. Set it up so that like doesn't wheelie anymore. The rear ones could take a little less power on the suspension, the front ones a bit more. Other than that, whoa! I almost forgot that like the suspension didn't really like being strained a lot. You can see it dances weirdly. And it makes a very nice sound. All of the wheels do. And it has more than just wheels. You have tracks. So that it has ridiculous amounts of detail in it. It is the Kerbal Foundry's mod. It adds wheels and repulsors, although I personally am not too fond of the repulsors. They repulse other craft and the ground. And it's like not the way you'd think it'd work. But yeah. This itself here is awesome. You can make awesome driving cars with the Kerbal Foundry's mod. Oh, we have our typical problems here again. We have this one here, this one here, this one here. So yeah, lots of cool stuff here. Alright guys, so that's been it from me. I hope you liked it. I really do. If you did like the video, please drop on a like by pressing the like button, and if you want to see more of this kind of stuff, Crusade's program and so on, then consider subscribing to keep up to date with my channel. This is the second and the last episode of Road to Modded. Next episode will be a Kerbal Space Program modded Let's Play of some sort. If you have ideas what you want me to do, put them down in the comments of this video. Don't go too crazy. First episode will be a couple of chores that I need to do. So yeah, but second or third episode I think think the first episode will be lots of chores, miscellaneous things I need to do for being able to work in my Kerberos program modded sandbox let's play. Yeah. So yeah, thanks for watching and bye bye. I just thought I put in a little treat on the end of this video. This is what it looks like in editing. This is the timeline. It's hella complex, isn't it? And I haven't even added music, which you see a lot of like individual titles here. So I'll still have to do that, and then the video is actually finished and renderable. So yeah. Little kind of treat on the end for you guys to see what's kind of behind the scenes stuff, I guess.